Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews Now too, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at a new player on the RAM market, well at least in this region anyway. This is the new Kimtigo Wolfrine DDR4 memory. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking a look at some RAM from Kimtigo. Now this is a new name as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you guys have heard of it already. If you have, let us know in the comment section and let us know your experiences. From what I've been told from the supplier, who have kindly sent this to us free of charge for review purposes, is that Kimtigo are actually in the top 4 of DRAM suppliers in China. Now put that into context, at the top is Kingston. I'll show it on the screen because they did send over a link to basically who they are and what they do, etc. But they are actually a massive player. I've never heard of them before. They also go by the Tigo brand as well. But yes, still I've never heard of them. So I've done a little bit of research to see what's going on, and there's very little known about it. It seems that the interwebs is very much a blank void as far as this is concerned. So it's really interesting to take a look at them, and it has actually something a little bit new. So taking a look at the packaging, as you can see, it's got the branding on there, Kimtigo, the Wolfrine Gaming Memory. Now they actually do a ton of different types of RAM, both SSDs, NVMEs, and obviously RAM as well for PCs, laptops, desktops, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is a slightly unusual one. It's bereft of RGB, which some of you may appreciate, so we've got no RGB on these whatsoever, but they do actually a full range with their X3, X6 and Rainbow ranges, which all have integrated RGB. So hopefully as things continue, they are trying to break out into the kind of Europe, US and other markets more globally. So hopefully we'll see a lot more of this. Expected prices, now I don't have confirmed prices on this, but from what they've told me, it's expected that they're going to be extremely competitive. So we don't really know what that means at the moment until there's a dedicated distributor in our region, but it certainly seems that they could be anywhere between 30 and 40 pounds per 8 gig stick, which puts it pretty much slap bang right in the middle of the budget market. So let's take a look at the rest of the packaging and take a look at the RAM itself and see what we think. So on the back of the packaging, we've got some more specifications and details about the gaming memory, and it goes through some of the specifics of the actual RAM itself. So it's using carefully selected chips. These particular ones are using SK Hynix chips. Again, I'll put this on the screen for you. I did test them in Typhoon Burner just to see what was actually inside them, so you can take a look at the specs there and also the initial CAS latencies, etc. This particular set is rated at DDR4 3600 spec in XMP profile 1 and 2, and the CAS latencies are 19, 20, 20, 40, 60. That's your primary timings. Obviously with these, as you can with most DDR4 sticks, you can tighten those up a little bit should you wish to, but they have been rated for those particular speeds. And again, DDR4 3600 around about those prices, should be pretty decent. Also, we've got symmetric heat spreaders for high efficiency heat dissipation. Now these are using what they term as their Gale type heat spreaders, especially designed to dissipate heat evenly and cleanly and distribute it in a way that keeps the RAM modules cool. So if you are planning on overclocking and pumping up the voltage, then you should be absolutely fine. So again, looking at the specifications, these actually do come on an 8-layer PCB, which doesn't quite match the heady heights of some of the 10-layer ones we see from people like Thermaltake, etc. I think 8 layers is actually an upward improvement and does actually appear to be particularly well constructed. Also, they've gone to great lengths to reach out to motherboard vendors across the world to have these sticks actually included on the QVL lists. So you should find compatibility with pretty much most boards. Obviously, do check your board before ordering, but they have made a specific effort to try and get these in the hands of as many testers as physically possible to get that QVL rating. So that's enough of the specs. Let's see what they actually look like. And you've probably seen from some of the B-roll already, they're actually nice looking little RAM sticks. You get a little welcome leaflet with the specs and actually tells you how to install RAM, which is all very handy. And you get the RAM itself in these little plastic trays. And taking the RAM out, as you can probably see already, these are particularly low profile. They measured in at just 35 millimeters tall. So even if you are using a whopping cooler, such as the D15, you'll easily get these to fit underneath those cooling fans. So if you are looking at a build like that and you're not particularly interested in RGB, because well, you're not going to be able to see it anyway, if your CPU cooler overhangs, then these are going to be absolutely perfect. And actually, I really like the design of these. It's very, it's kind of old school, but with a modern twist to it. I do like the way that the heat spreaders have got multi-colors on there. So we've got like a black in the middle and a matte finish, and then around the outside edge, you've got this kind of gunmetal gray, which almost has a very slight tinge of kind of like a bluey green into it as well, also depending on the light. a very kind of almost pearlescent type finish, although not glossy. So yeah, really nice. Got the branding on there, and you've got the RAM sticker label to let you know what exactly it is. So taking these for a test drive in the system, which is behind me, which is our benchmarking system, they went in and XMP worked straight away, no problems at all, dialed straight in at the factory settings, and even going into the BIOS and having a little bit of a play with them, these managed to get to 4000 megahertz very easily, no change in voltage or anything, literally just selected 4000 megahertz and they worked first time, so that is particularly good. And it's one of those things which actually is rarely done. Quite often, certain sticks which we've used in the past, they have dialed in, but they've been considerably more expensive, although most of them have had RGB as well. But yeah, for a budget-minded stick to reach 4000 megahertz straight off the bat, any modification to voltage or CAS latencies, that's pretty impressive. And talking of impressive, we did a couple of runs in Passmark, and I'll show you the results on the screen now so you can see how well they've done. Because these are actually so new and so limited in the kind of Western markets, most sites don't actually know what they are. So when you try and register them or actually use them in a piece of software, it says there's such a limited sample that they can't really combine them. So in things like user benchmark, running them through, actually it said, yes, no idea what they are. They knew the brand, but they didn't have a big enough sample size to compare against. I'll show you the results of that on the screen now so you can get an idea of what they perform like. They do appear to be very good, and as far as I can see, working on different motherboards, so we've tried a B450, B550 and X570, and each board they've worked straight away out of the box, XMP settings, no issues whatsoever. So in terms of compatibility, obviously I haven't got a huge gamut of boards to test on, but the ones that I have tested on have worked first time and dialed in straight away, which is one of those things which novice builders and experienced builders alike, that is something that we do rely on. We don't want to put our RAM into the system, turn on XMP and then start getting blue screens and crashing because the motherboard hasn't detected them correctly and hasn't dialed in those settings. So to summarise, really it's quite a difficult one for me to do because we don't have specific UK pricing at the moment. When we do get pricing, I will put it in the video description below. They possibly will be affiliated links. I'm not too sure at the moment because we don't know who's going to be the distributor for them. It could be Amazon, it could be Scan, it could be eBuyer, etc, etc. We just don't know. So do look out for that in the comments section below, and also we will pin it as well. But yeah, if they come in at the right price, if they are as universally stable as these have seemed to have been, and as easy to overclock using that Hynix RAM, I think they're going to have a winner on their hands, I really do. It's good to see something that will compete really well with Corsairs LPX, which realistically at the moment is pretty much the go-to brand when it comes to that kind of entry-level style RAM with heat spreaders. So let me know what you think about this one in the comments section below, but in the meantime, I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you guys in the very next video. Thanks for watching.